Hello everyone, my name is Atratzu, and welcome back. I have found myself a new addiction. So, I started playing Black Desert Online just a weekend ago or so, and played it really hard for an entire weekend, and I've got a lot to say about this game. So much, and so many details that I'm just like, I'm gonna forget all this stuff by the time I actually get through it. So let's just go through a lot of the basics of the game. I'm gonna just start from a character creation and use one of the default templates, but I just kind of want to talk about the game a little bit and just explain some of the stuff that I've seen, some of the stuff that I like, some of the stuff there's not much that I'm not liking, but there's a lot of stuff that I can make content-wise about this game. There's a lot of stuff that I've got to say about this game, so we're going to jump in and make a character. I've just been playing the heck out of this, and as you can see, the highest that I have right now is a 24 and a 25. There's a lot more that I have yet to experience about this game. I just don't see myself actually making a review for this game yet, so I'm just going to make a new series that's just going to be talking about this game. So let's see. I'm going to share my thoughts on this game as we go through some of the basic stuff. So let's get to it. Character creation, that's the screen you get regardless. As you can see, you've got the different races here. Not races, the different classes. Warrior, Ranger, Sorceress, Berserker, Tamer, Musa, Mehwala, Valkyrie, God dang it. Kunochi. I know it's Ninja. And then there's Ninja. Wizard, then Witch. So as you can probably tell for yourself, some of them have like approximating other like multi-gendered but different named classes. Like the Kunochi and the Ninja are the same one. Basically, they are different classes though. They have different skill sets and stuff like that. Something I had to learn. It's a little bit confusing. Don't worry about it too much. Just choose the one that you like for the most part. The only unfortunate thing is that there's no male version of the Ranger. So my main character is a Musa. That's how you pronounce it. I call him just a samurai. For the sake of this, we are going to choose Gandalf. So, now you move on to the character creation part of it. And this is just crazy detailed. And I don't yet know what all the decisions mean yet. You choose a horoscope for your character. You've got a bunch of different ones. We're not going to go through this. This isn't a character creation thing, so we want to get through it fast. You can choose different hairstyles, the shape, the color. Let's just give him green hair because you know what, I don't care. You have different faces. As you can see, the wizard, it's actually easier to make them look old because they start with old templates, but the thing is that you can go into it and you can adjust like the wrinkles on stuff, and so you can make somebody who doesn't necessarily look old to look old just by putting in wrinkles. You can put in a bunch of different special effects, tattoos, eyeliner, stuff like that. My point, I made a warrior who most warriors look like really young guys, but I made my warrior look like an old man. I also based his face off of Liam Neeson. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the character creation. It's actually heralded as one of the most interesting ones that gives you the most like control over the body. You've got a bunch of big sliders, so for those people that are just like, I don't want to, you can just drag on the sliders. Although you can go into detail like making him tall here, his arms long, so you can make like some crazy looking Kaminoan or something like that if you want. And then it also goes into the face as well. You can actually get the face shape. And so for that, you can drag on the nose, so you can make like a crooked nose like that. And you might not like the idea at first, but it's really interesting, and you can make your character look very much your own self. So it's like, hey. Whoo, let's not play as a derpy character. That'd be annoying. So reset all. So you can go and you can also twist it. So there's just a lot of settings and a lot of opportunity that you can just customize a character to make it look like you, make it look like a celebrity. Really, the amounts are limitless. There's also a beauty album, so you can check out what other people have made too. If his or her watching your cursor gets annoying, toggle view, and then he stops following you around like crazy. You also have to start off by choosing a family name. This is just like, think of it as the name that all the other characters share. So whatever I give it, it's going to be called Talgala after that. So I've got my main character, who is Atratzu Talgala, and then Firefek, or how did they pronounce it? I don't remember how to pronounce it the correct way that people are saying it. But my other character, Firefek, is Firefek Talgala. And this one will be... Oh no, we got to figure out a name on the spur. Don't hug me. Don't hug me? Don't hug me. So we'll see. I don't. This doesn't fit the name. We can't do anything like that. We'll try it. And I'll just bring up the toggle things. All right. Creation complete. Don't hug me. Yes. All right. So there's the listing for you. I'm just gonna keep it simple and just put it all in no. Can I capitalize? I think only the first word can be capitalized. Don't hug me. All right. It worked. So then got. Oh well, I don't care. This is me not caring. We're not going to worry about this. So, after you get a loading screen, and there is a bit of a long loading screen, but actually the funny thing is, outside of cutscenes, I've had no loading screens from area to area. So at least up to level like 20, you don't actually need loading screens. It's pretty crazy. We're going to skip the cutscenes. And so you start out here with this little red-eyed little sprite over here, just like, oh, let's have a talk. Meh. Have you forgotten who I am? You've forgotten you've forgotten me. We're all a part of it. The deal is this. And so they give you like the obligatory like starting explanation for how you get the controls, shift, run. It's all very straightforward, very simple. So you rotate the camera around like so, and then he gives you control over it, and you finally have that. So they slowly introduce you to the different controls for the game. So you hit down control to get that, you click here, you click here, you click here, get through that, and then it's like, all right, run over here and grab those potions. You interact it with R, find something useful, and then you'll notice that the key is R, so a lot of times you can switch between, if you're trying to get through stuff fast, you can hit R or space. Now they show you your health and mana bars. It's different for different classes, so this will actually be my first time experiencing mana. That could be bad, it could be fine, we'll see what happens. So then you also see the mini-map to the right. The user interface, it seems like it's not much right now, but it quickly becomes overwhelming once you actually get into the game. So you get back here, and then you run back over this way. And we'll just run through here really quickly. So let's come on. So let's just jump in something right now and just beat the snot out of some beetles. So each character plays very differently. So that's the level up animation. You hit your R key to oh, they rebound everything here. So it's now teaching you how to use potions. So then you open it up and you right click here, you right click there. Come on. Oh, that's right. I just press 1. There you go. And then you press the comma key to bring up the little dark sprite guy here, and he's just like, trust me, I'm going to help you. We're not going to talk about the quests in depth yet. Like I said, I just wanted to basically show the starting off, the character creation, and the first few seconds of this game. So there's a lot to be said about it. So even though I've played as a level 20 character, here's the map. This actually, okay, good. It keeps all the stuff that I have on my actual map. So this shows you how much of the world I've explored so far. This is actually quite a bit. I always think of, I think of and compare it to Skyrim as far as world size. And right now, from here to here, I can't even imagine how long that might take to walk on foot. Maybe 10 minutes. The nice thing is that you can also auto run. So if you're just like, I don't want to run there, I want to run over. I can't do that. Okay, so we have to do that. To auto run, you press T. And then you put your weapon away, and then you go run and run and run, and you eventually get there. While you're auto running, you can hit shift to run a little bit faster, and then we'll just try to speed this up a little bit. So you have a lot of mobility. There's also a whole thing about quests. The biggest thing that I noticed having trouble with this game, well, there are many things I've had trouble with learning. It's definitely a big learning curve coming out of many other games. I compare this game a lot to Terra as far as its combat system is concerned. Its questing system, though, is something I have not seen in other MMOs, but I haven't played too many other MMOs. My experience is Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Terra, and The Old Republic. I think those are the only ones really worth speaking of. I mean, I did play Perfect World Online. I did play several other lesser known, or I guess more well known, I don't know how they stack up, MMOs that I've played through but not played enough to say, hey, I've actually gotten to end game in one way or another. So this is the quest. You run up to him, then you can click to go through that, or you can just, spam key your R to get through there. They also have the tutorials that'll pop up in the right. There's no point in watching the tutorial with me though, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. One of the things to explain about it, this is an interesting thing that you'll either like or hate. I've taken to liking it. It seems to be pretty good. I was a little bit skeptical at first when it wasn't just a simple matter of just jump onto something, which you can still kind of do. I can't really do it. It's more like, it feels more like the Assassin's Creed climb onto things. So you like run at something and then you hit your spacebar and you hold your spacebar to climb onto it, or you spam it multiple times to get onto something. So instead of jumping over stuff, you climb over stuff. But there is still things you can jump over. So let's see if we can find something. Is this low enough that we can jump onto that? No. There are things you can jump. Let's see here. There, see? I jumped on that. No. If you move forward and jump, it's more of a climbing thing. The downside is that it takes a little bit longer to climb over things instead of just jumping onto it like another MMO might let you do. But I don't know. It's just one of those control things that you just need to get used to over time. You just get familiar with it. All right, blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about combat. So this beginning part is really valuable for learning how to play your character because you get a lot of moves very quickly. So, okay, we'll follow along the instructions that they're doing because I've not played this character. So, tab and this. What did that do? I don't know what that move did. Okay, so left click to attack. So that's the basic attack. So you hit left, 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 left. That's one combination sequence of things. Then shift right click. That's your frost spell. Oh, oh, that's cool. I need to make one of these characters that I actively play. And you hit your F key. That's just like stab him with the knife kind of thing, I guess. Then you see at the top here, it shows magic arrow, so right mouse button. So magic arrow and then shift left mouse button. So that's another one of the combos. I don't know what that one does. I think we're out of range. Let go. Oh, it's charging. All right, right mouse button, shift left mouse button. Bam! Cool stuff. Kick! So we talk to this guy again. Yada, yada, yada. You can't skip that intro. I've tried many different ways. I don't know how to do it yet. All right. Now we can talk about some of the different power things. All right. No, please stop. Get out of my face. No, please. Move your cursor. Try to see it. Got it. All right. So you got several different values over here. It's nice following with the new character because then it's not just where to start from. It's just, okay, we'll just start off with the top. So you got your skill point. As this goes up, you then unlock skill points, and then you get to purchase upgrades for your character. You have energy. Energy is slowly gained over time, like you can see from mouse cursoring over it. You recover 1 point every 3 minutes. And energy is used in many different ways, in interacting with other characters, with gathering, with bartering. There's a lot of different uses, and I can't think of them all. Then you have contribution points, and there is no time to talk about that in this video. It's basically what I'm doing with connecting all of these different nodes to each other. I don't know the optimal way. I'm not even 100% sure what I'm doing at this point. I just know that it lets me now send workers to different areas, and that's about as far as I've gotten. There's a whole lot of this game that I'm still learning, which is why I would not even dare call this a video or review. It's more like just commenting live on what there is about this game. Oh, how did I do that? How did I do that? Double dash? Aha! Double tapping. Maybe I should have played a character that I'm actually familiar with the moves on, so I'm not learning them while I'm doing this. We'll switch back to a character that I'm more familiar with here in a second. So double tapping forward will do this cool little dash maneuver. So the first quest, you run in here, you defeat glass beetles. So something that you need to do, especially starting out, is you need to get information. You need to you need to kill creatures to get information on them, and then you get a more accurate reading on their health. So like right now, we're still too strong. A lot of times when you start out, you can't actually see how much damage you're doing to stuff. And there's a lot of health bars. There's just a lot of bars just all over the place. And I tend to get a little bit lost in the user interface because of that. Because now, all right, there's still a few more things. I've actually hidden the chat from us. So, I mean, the chat will eventually come in here, I think. But on my other character, I normally move it to chat too, so you don't see other stuff. But you got like guide, you got NPC stuff. You just have all of this stuff all over here and stuff that I was running into. Like I was wondering the other day, I was like, what's that? And then I went on Google and I said, what is the red bandit logo? There are many different guides online and different It's forums where people bring up and talk about what's going on. However, I think that that's about all that I really have to say about this particular character. I'll end up deleting him eventually, and that'll be the first time I've actually deleted a character. But let's play something that I'm a little bit more familiar with. So let's play my warrior. Do I want to change? Yes. So I just noticed here on the switching character menu that it actually shows how much energy your hero has. I don't know if your heroes will actually... I don't think your heroes regenerate energy while you're offline. So that's something worth knowing. We will switch characters momentarily. Each character feels very different in just its playstyle and what you're experiencing when you're playing it. Like the samurai dashes around a lot. This character has a shield and so he blocks a lot. Alright, so you got a mount here. I'll be releasing a video later explaining how to tame. There are actually a lot of videos already that explain how to tame horses, and people that definitely have played the game longer and could do a better job explaining what they do. However, I ran into some unique problems that no one else explained to me, but I had to figure out for myself. So I'm going to be reinventing the wheel, so to speak. So let's just run on, let's see here. So if we want to set our course somewhere, say we want to go down here. So let's go to this village. We right click on the village, or really you can right click anywhere to set your marker. Can I set it over here? Yeah, I can set it there, and then it auto paths it for you. So what you can do then is then hit T, and then your horse will just run that direction, and you can check your mini map in the top right, and that will show you what's going on. Now regarding the minimap, you'll probably already notice that I have a lot of customizations that I do for my user interface. There are several things I have disabled or things that have changed. You hit escape and you bring up edit UI. Can't do it right now. Stop. Please stop. Alright, edit UI. Edit UI. Edit UI. Here you go. So this is something that somebody just explained to me yesterday, is that you click on these icons to show or hide something. So if I save like that, now it shows a suggestion saying, hey, these are what these buttons are. And so it tells me to get down. So you might not want to disable these until you get a bit of an idea of what you're trying to do. However, it makes the user interface a whole lot easier to see when you're not being bombarded constantly with information. Especially something that I followed someone else's guide to disable. If you ever get tired of seeing notifications on chat, you go into game here, and then you can turn off system notifications. These are the ones I turned off. I don't know, I might turn some of them on later, but like you're constantly being berated on big servers with guilds going to war, trade, items that other people are acquiring. It's really a lot, and so you see just a constant stream at the top that just, it's dinging constantly and stuff's always going on. It's exciting, but it's a bit much, especially when you don't know what's going on yet. So as you can see, I'm still getting back energy. Then there's also the different keys. You can bring up your character stats, and then while you're on your mount, you can see your mount stats. The cool thing about it that I really liked about the mounts is that you actually have training, so the more you level up and spend time on your mount, the more your training gets up. I'm not sure 100% what it does yet. I know you cannot tame horses until you get to training level 5. So there's a lot of information there. I've had to rebind a lot of the keys so I can press B for bag instead of I for inventory. What's my I? I is my male. And then I switched my quest log buttons and all of that. There are a lot of different representations that you can just click on the screen, but as always, it gets a little bit easier, kind of like a workflow if you get familiar with the key bindings to get through the game. So let's have a talk about the skills, shall we? So I first opened up the skills and my eyes glazed over, and I thought, what the heck are all of these? Do not overload yourself on what all these do. It does come in time, and you'll be able to start figuring out what different skills are doing. Again, I'm not going to tell anybody how to spec their skills because I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. I'm just like, well, I got points, I'll spend them here. Hopefully I'm not messing anything up. So what I do is I kind of just try to spend skill points in either low skills or try out new things and getting upgrades. I just recently noticed, I don't know if it's 100% true if you have to get the extra one, but a lot of these are like the same moves. So you got heavy power strike 1, which also has a video that plays with it, and this video is excellent. So you hit both of your keys at the same time to do this one. And then I upgraded it again so you can see and read the differences between them. Then you've got like different types. So let's just get off here and do the power strike. So the power strike is click both keys down at the same time. First you have to draw your weapon. All right. You can draw or sheath your weapon by hitting tab. You click down both mouse buttons. So there you go. That's that move. Then you also have a quick menu down here that you also can use. As you can see, it's recommended that you have potions in the first one so that if you're ever in need of a potion, you just hit 1. You also can hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just go through it like this, like you would a classic MMO. However, it's gonna be way too many moves for you to figure that out. It'll be easier to play it like you would play a fighter, where you learn the combinations. So you learn to hold down that's just holding it down. And then if you hold the forward, so now I'm holding W. Actually, let's turn this on so you can see what's going on. So let's just do that. So this is just holding down the L. This is holding the forward key. In Wased we trust. As you can see, there's a limit to how much you can do. And then you can also hold the A and D to sidestep and do sidestepping moves. It's more so on the samurai that you can notice. The right, that's a new one. I didn't know that that's how that one worked. So if you hold down right, if you hold down Q, you go into a shield thing, and then if you space, some of these moves aren't unlocked immediately on this character. Also, it's worth noting that you have 3 different bars down here. The one that just disappeared, you can use for sprinting. I think it's your stamina bar. Let's see here. Is this the one we'll explain? Recover all defense resistance. I don't know. I'm going to call it stamina bar. Then you have down here. Again, I don't know what these are called exactly. That's why I'm not reviewing. Whatever this is down here, this you can recharge it from hitting things with your sword. So if you hit this, you get it back. As you can see with like the wizard, I don't know if the mana worked exactly that way, but by attacking things, you get it back and then you spend more of it. So let's just jump into some of this nonsense right here and see if I can get myself into a bunch of trouble. So we'll just hit this guy and we'll hit this guy. Come on. Come on. So this will be fun. So let's hold down both of them so that we hit the whole area. And then we'll do this, and then we'll do some of our slamming. So I'll hit the F key. As you can see by watching the keys, I'm trying to sidestep people to get out of the way. Sorry, this is probably painful to watch because I am not paying attention to making it look pretty. I am just attacking. A lot of times I'll get into situations where I like jump in the middle of some huge group of NPCs and then they just keep on respawning before I actually have time to get rid of them. Kind of gets to be a bit of a pain in the neck, but I don't know. If you really want to do something like interact with the shadow creature, you should get to a safe spot beforehand. Or you can do like I do and just kill everything really quickly, load it, and then just spam the key and then hope that there's no important information that you're missing from skipping the information and skipping the dialogue with the creature. Not recommended, actually. You probably shouldn't do that. That's the lazy, I play MMOs all the time way of doing it. But it's worthwhile knowing that you can do it. So as you can see, I definitely don't play optimally. I'm still learning how to play optimally. Where's my mount? There's my mount. Good, I am going the right way. I miss my Musa because I can run faster, just dash my way through there. There is armor, there are stats, so for those of you that happen to be really good at understanding what stats do and all that, you can, here you go. So you can see what the different things are doing. You have different armor. This is the second set of armor, I believe. You've got outfits. There is horse armor. There's just a crazy amount of stuff that you can do and talk about for this game. Stuff that I'm actually going to need to do. Let's keep walking. So we can auto walk, and then we can open up map and try to figure out what we're going to do next. one of the next things that I wanted to do was to work on getting a house, and I gotta figure out what the heck I'm doing when I'm trying to buy something like this. There are vanity houses that you can own. There are just quests all over the place. And let's even just show the map. Let's show how big this map is. So this is where you started, up here in this village. This is about the farthest that I've gotten in level-wise. There's all this stuff over here. I'm going to guess that it's not like this huge chunk of land is this. I'm going to guess there's smaller areas and then connectors. But as you can see, scrolling in, 46 to 48, 43 to 46. So you got four different areas here. You've got different caravans moving stuff around. Then you have way over here. Like, this just feels even bigger than Skyrim does, which I don't know. Like I said, if we timed it from here to here, even on horseback, let's just run back here. Let's just run all the way back here while we talk and see how that goes. So the pathing is not perfect on this. Sometimes you're actually faster if you do it yourself, because you can hit shift to go a little bit faster. Let's hide that again. Let's go. So let's go back to, oh, that's right, I can't hide during this. Stop. Might come in handy to see that, but we're not going to show that right now. Save. Done. Back we go. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. And I'm going to be talking about taming. That's going to be a complete video on its own, because it might actually be one that people end up looking for, and other people might have the same problem that I had. Quick explanation is I didn't understand fully what people in the videos were talking about. When you're taming, you have like they call it a mini game event that you have to go through to play it, but I didn't understand what I was doing while I was doing it. And so as soon as I would snag the horse with the rope, I would hit the space bar, and I hit it too soon. And then I also somehow can hit my space bar too fast. I saw nobody talking about hitting a spacebar too fast and not being able to capture a horse. So, I mean, there are some unique problems that I had while taming. But you're going to be able to see that for yourself. I will be making a video on that later on this afternoon once I'm done recording this. I don't know what else to talk about. There's just so much stuff that I could talk about just to fill time. But I think at this point you probably get the idea. There's just a crazy amount of stuff you can do. I don't even understand what these trade node connection things are. There are cities. There are all these different logos. You got the different vendors. You've got crafting. You have gathering. You have trade posts. You have mounts. There are various different kinds of mounts. So far you're only going to see me riding horses because that's all I've found. But there are elephants. There are camels. I don't know where all of these are going to be found, but I know they're around there. I know there's farming. There's fishing. The fishing is very different than any other fishing I've ever done. I don't know if I like it yet or not. It's just different. It's still fishing though. You have like elite NPCs, and every once in a while the game shakes, and I'm not sure what's going on when I hear like it sounds like a dragon's roar. I don't know if there's any dragons in this game, but I'm just saying, I'm hoping there's dragons in this game. The story itself is interesting. Like I said, I've played some of this game, so I know a little bit about the story, what's going on. So this little black sprite guy, he actually evolves over time, and so he changes. So you've seen him how he starts out. Let me show you what he's at now. So if you summon him now, he looks very different because he's been getting power. So now he looks like some crazy hollow from Bleach or something like that. And I don't even know his name. Maybe he told us his name, maybe he didn't. I'm just calling him Teeth McGee for now, or anything that has to do with teeth, dentist, something along those lines. He's just got teeth, and actually when he first gets the teeth, he's just like, check out these cool teeth. It's pretty cute. However, I'm not sure if he's a good guy yet. The short is that he has your memories. I think he has your memories, and that you have to work with him as a team. There's just so much. There's just so much to talk about for that. Stop. Well, I guess there's that. You also can give your mounts stuff. So I'm just like, here, carry these arrow mushrooms. Yeah, all these. Thank you. And then he'll carry those. Or I can just... There is also weight. I found that one out the other day, that there is a weight limit. I actually was weighed down by my coins and potions, because after I had several hundred potions, I think 300 small potions. So, you know, just a side note here, the different colors here. The green is the weight that you have from coins. The yellow or orange is the weight from the gear that you are wearing. And then the red is the weight from your actual inventory. So a lot of my weight is coming from these potions, and then just the random junk I've got around here. But I don't think there's anything else that I really have to say or show at this point. I just wanted to do a first video just explaining to people what I've been up to, that I have found a new addiction. I'm going to learn how to play this game. If you have any experience, if any of my friends have played Black Desert Online, feel free to leave comments and contact me later and be like, hey, add me, because I mean, it's, you know, I'm not talking to people in general much these days, but there's a lot to do in this game, and every once in a while, if I run into something, it would be nice to go to a friend and say, hey, what is this icon, instead of needing to go to Dr. Google, which, you know, still works, just not as well. There's just a whole lot going on here. I mean, I've even joined guilds. I don't want to join guilds at this point. There's a gathering node. A gathering tools area that you can go and buy. If you're ever lost, if you're trying to find an NPC, I haven't mastered this one yet, but you can click this button here in the top right, and you can go through it, find NPC. We want materials, and then, did it already show us the closest material? It already selected it and moved it there, so you could press T and he would already move off and run off to find one of those. If you don't have anything selected, I think T works as an auto run. Yup. You can use T as an auto run as well. There's horse breeding. There's just so much to talk about. And I've not done anything with horse breeding. Someone else I know has done some stuff with horse breeding, but I have not. I've got just male horses. You can also name them. There's stealing. You can steal. I don't know what stealing does yet, but I don't have enough energy. You can greet him, be like, "Hey, how's it going? Hey." And then, I don't know what that is, your talk thing goes up or something. Have conversation, stables, shop. You go through the shop, you got different stuff you can buy. Yeah. Wait, let's have a look here at the stable, and is there any information that we can do with this thing? So you've got different skills with it. I've heard that you can go to battle while on the back of a mount. Wait, does mine not have a saddle? Mine has a saddle, right? Yeah, mine has a saddle. Wait, does it show that stuff is currently on him? Oh man, that is cool. I just noticed that. When you have something on them, they have a little fanny pack on the back. That's cool. Also, you can, there's like horse whistles that's advertised in the game. Let's see here. Can I whistle? Is it gonna come to me? Yep. Oh, that's cool. So if you can't figure out where he is in like a bunch of horses, and you're just like standing off on the edge, and you're just like, whoop, you whistle for him and off he comes. Cool stuff. I only played this for 3 days, and I knew that I was going to want to play more of it even after the time ran out. I bought the basic pack, which I don't know if that's going to be the right choice or not. The basic pack was $10, $9.99. I used to care a lot about having my, let's turn the user interface and let's just chill and walk. Ah, no, I just dismounted. No, on. All right, let's just, no, stop. I just wanna chill. Just chill and gallop. All right. So there's so much that I have yet to experience on this game that I will be experiencing in the coming days. I don't know if I'm going to do any tutorials on anything else. We'll see what happens. If other people are really interested in this game, I mean, it's really quite the looker, and my graphics are not turned up very high right now because my computer's getting old. An old ripe age of, what is it, 5 years or something like that. But there's just a lot to say about this game, a lot to do, a lot of quests, a lot of repeatable quests, and just so much more that I just don't yet know what I'm doing. Just absolutely loving it. The big things for me that have sold me on the game is the mechanics. I feel really fluid playing the characters that I've played, which again, I've played only 2. I haven't played very many, but the 2 that I have played, I was like, this is pretty good, and I like to play range characters. So I'm just like, these feel pretty good. I feel like when I attack something, I feel like I'm actually damaging it. I feel like I'm actually landing hits really hard. I feel like I'm doing damage. I feel mobile. I feel like I'm going around. I feel like I'm exploring again. So I'm getting a lot of the inspiration and experiences that I don't normally have in games these days. So it's just kind of nice to come back to a game where I'm just playing it to play it. But that's really all I have to say about this game at this point. At this point, this has turned into a ramble-a-thon with Atratzu. I concluded it was worth it for me. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu, and this is my opinion on Black Desert Online.